So this is just like a funny little passion project that I thought of when I was watching Wednesday, because like Warrior Nun season 2 came out like a week, like 2 weeks I think before Wednesday did. So yeah, but these are just all the parallels I noticed. I don't know if there's more. And yeah, some of these are kind of like, they're too similar for Wenclair not to be canon next season. So I will try to explain all these as best as I can. So one is Wednesday knows how to fight, which like I didn't do photos of Wednesday fighting because I didn't, yeah, we all saw it if you watched the series. But one thing I noticed in the final fight was Wednesday's sword actually glowed blue, like during the fight with Clawthorn? No, not Clawthorn, that's freaking Owl House. Okay. That's one thing I noticed. The next, Wednesday and Ava both got shot in the shoulder, and it's like the same shoulder too, with an arrow. So yeah, so here's the arrow is like right here in Ava. I couldn't get a good photo like this for Ava. It was just, yeah, here's the arrow and then here's her bleeding. It's like, and then also like Wednesday can talk to her ancestors and Ava can talk to the past warrior nuns. So I thought that was like a really cool parallel just between them, but yeah. And then Enid and Ava are like both little golden retrievers, and Bee and Wednesday are these stoic little like dark clouds. Like it's literally the sun and moon lesbian trope. Like, okay. So yeah, so there's just those. And they were also like the first people to be nice to each other. Like, remember this scene? Ava literally was like, not openly hostile. Okay, cool. And then in this one, it was just right after the fight with Mother Spirion, and they comforted each other and just kind of, you know, even though Bee saw her breakdown and everything, Ava like, yeah. And then of course Enid showing Wednesday just around the school. There you go. And like there wasn't really a photo. I guess I could have done the like hi Rumi like photo, but yeah. They also had scenes about opening up to each other and talking about their past / traumas. So of course in this scene it was Ava talking about, you know, how she was paralyzed and, you know, she didn't kill herself. And then in this one it was Bee talking about everybody, you know, nobody could really accept her and she had to be all these things and all of that. And then of course that scene, we all know the scene where Enid opened up about not being able to wolf out and Wednesday opened up about her scorpion. There you go. And then also like Enid wolfed out to protect Wednesday, just like Ava goes into like killer nun mode to protect Ava. But yeah, so there's just those. So yeah, Enid follows Wednesday like wherever she goes, even if it's dangerous, and Bee just, you know, sticks around and follows Ava. So like in this scene, it was actually Bee telling Ava that she'll be at home, but she was telling Ava to go chase after Miguel. And of course the moment it got heated, there she is. And like this, Wednesday was like, yeah, you can go if you want, like I don't care. And Enid was like, oh, let's go. And then, yeah, just they live together. Both of them live together. And of course the dances, we all love these. I freaking loved Wednesday's dance, like thank you. And can we talk about how much happier Enid got when she started dancing with a girl? I don't know if that's Yoko, but it might be. But yeah, but the dances. And then also they just like understand each other. Like, you know, obviously in this scene, they weren't talking about Thing. Like, you know, and Enid knew that. Like, look at that, you know, she like instantly softened up and was like, yeah, I missed him too, you know? And then in this one, you know, Ava's just like kind of joking around with Bee. And it's just like, yeah, you get that like murderous look in your eye. And then of course, this is just really interesting parallel, but of course Enid's family could like not accept her as like not being able to wolf out, which is very blatantly clear coded, and Bee's family literally just could not accept Beatrice at all. So, and even some of the language is very similar with each other. So like here, it's like, don't you finally want to be normal? And here it's to make me normal. So, you know. And then also down here, like, will you finally accept me for who I am, or at least acceptable? Like, lots of parallels in the language too. So, and then the hugs, we all know the hugs. They're so good. And then the arm grabs, literally Avatrice is just all over each other, so what the heck. So there you go. But yeah, and then like this, Enid wrapping her arm around Wednesday and, you know, grabbing Wednesday's arm and stuff, like, yeah. And then they also quote each other. Like, obviously this is like a direct quotation. This one isn't really. It's more of like a Wednesdayified quotation of Enid, you know, of the, you always put everyone in danger, so like I'll stomp on your heart, and then like we could have died last night because of your stupid obsession, like I'll put my needs and interest first, you know. So it's almost a direct quotation, but yeah. And then they did show jealousy on both sides, like this was obvious up here with them, like, yeah. And then this 100% is them being jealous of each other's dates. But then this one, 100%, Enid was trying to make Wednesday jealous by being like, yeah, I'm gonna move in with Yoko, like, and permanently, you know, just like, be jelly. And then Enid was heartbroken when she thought Wednesday was dead, and Bea was heartbroken when she had to let Ava go. So, you know, it's like, that was the first thing Enid asked for whenever she got out of the woods. She was like, where's Wednesday? And like, look how terrified our little baby looks. Like, oh my god. And like, obviously Ava dying, and then Bea left on the ark after having to send her through there so she could heal. And they also had arguments about their differences and how like they're managing. So of course with them it's more like direct, you know, it's like you don't put anybody before yourself, you know, you let your emotions take control. But then, you know, Ava's like, I've been paralyzed for 12 years, like, you know, and then I was randomly resurrected, given this halo, now I have to fight for the church, and like, you know. And so like, again, how they're, you know, managing is Ava's, I'm trying my best. And then, you know, Beatrice is like, yeah, like, I get it, I've trained my whole life, like, you haven't, like, you know, I should ease up a little bit. And then with Wenclair, it's just, you know, little bickering of like, here's, you know, like, here's something you do, and here's something you do, and yeah. And then, of course, you know, the managing Enid going to be a new roommate, Wednesday being like, I'm good with my solitude, you know, so yeah. And then Ava let Vincent go to help Beatrice, and Wednesday left all the body parts in like evidence so that she could, you know, make sure Enid was okay. So yeah, that one's kind of a, I don't need to further explain that. Okay, redoing that last slide. And like, Bea encouraged Ava to go after Miguel, just like both sides of Wenclair encouraged each other to go after someone else. Like, Ava saw Miguel, was like, hey, let's go after him, like, come on. But Beatrice was like, no, like, you go after him, I'll go back to the house, you be with him, like, you know. And right here, like, Wednesday did have an ulterior motive for this, so like, yeah. But she was like, hey, yeah, go see Ajax, and it did set up a date for them. And right here, when Wednesday told Enid that, yeah, my date was interrupted, Enid was like, okay, well, like, he's working the late shift, go be with him, go. And then last but not least, they do listen to each other. Like Wednesday said stop. Enid stopped. Like she was like, okay, okay. And then right here, Enid was like, go apologize to Thing. Like he's mad at you. Or like, yeah. And without like an argument, word, nothing, like Wednesday went and apologized. And then right here, you know, Ava was like, hey, go live your life. Like, I'm doing this so you can go live. And so what did Beatrice do at the end? She went and lived her life. She said, no, I'm leaving the OCS. I'm leaving the church. Like, yeah. And everybody supported her. And she's, yeah. And of course, then right here, B was just like, let's listen to some plans before we say we're gonna help. And yeah. And so, of course, Ava did. Like, she was instantly quiet and was like, okay. And, like, Michael explained everything. And, yeah, so that's my PowerPoint. I hope you got something out of that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. So, yeah.